Pack one, pick one. Here we go. Transdimensional Bovine. Not really a card that I want to be pack one, pick winning. It's fine. It's good in the ramp deck. Interesting that my Strixhaven art for negate gets to stick around. Ooh, this pack is really underwhelming. This is a way to trigger your disappear every turn on a kind of okay artifact. Search for more lands. Not really excited about 5-color. This is just pretty rough. Retro Mutation's fine. Stomp by the Foot's okay, but black can be a little bit weak. Honestly, this whole pack is weak. I think I'll take Stomped by the Foot. I feel like it has the best opportunity to be great. It's an instant speed removal effect. I think bot bashing time is also okay. Whoa, okay, we have a choice here. Technodrome is super fun. 2 mana, 3/3, reach, trample, can't attack or block unless it has power 6 or greater. But it has tap, sacrifice another artifact, draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on it. So you just want to have a ton of artifacts, it's instant speed, and then eventually it gets big enough that they have to deal with it. It's good with the red-blue artifact strategy. It's good with the black-green disappear strategy. It's obviously very good in the red-white strategy where you just have a ton of artifacts flying around. It's very strong, and I'm quite happy to take it here. Splinter's not a bad pickup if we had not gotten Stomped by the, or if we had not gotten Technodrome. I think it goes well Stomped by the Foot. And Old Hob is decent, but not crazy. Honestly, this Buzzbots is the card I want to wheel, and maybe the Cavalry would go well. Honestly, this pack's just a lot better. We have an Anchovy and Banana Pizza. But if we're only going to do one, a couple drafts of this, I want to take the fun cards. Spicy Oatmeal Pizza is definitely a sacrificable artifact that's just pretty great. When it enters, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 to you. Pretty fine with that most of the time. But then you can sacrifice it later to gain the 3 life back. Michelangelo's pretty decent. Enters or attacks, makes a mutagen token. Gets pretty big pretty fast. Buzzbots, once again, very strong here. But I'm going to take the Oatmeal Pizza. And maybe we're red-white still. When April enters, scry 2. Can't be blocked with power 3 or greater. Pretty decent. Is the Plane Cycler. It's pretty whatever. Grounded for Life is pretty great. The Mouser's pretty decent for like the red-blue artifact deck, and it gives us another artifact to sacrifice here. I think I'm going to take Leonardo. Leonardo is absolutely the like kind of cornerstone, I feel like, of a lot of the white decks. Doesn't work too great with Technodrome, but we don't have to play Technodrome. Leonardo is a huge signal. And I mean, triple white card in that pack goes great. Search your library and or outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creature cards with different names. 2 to hand, rest into your library. I'm going to do Wingnut. Thanks, but no thanks on the turtles forever. I could take Manhole Missile too. Manhole Missile is super legit. But Wingnut is whenever a creature enters, you either give it Flying Menace or Haste until end of turn. And when she attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I'm pretty sure Wingnut in the show was different looking, but also it's been a really long time since I've seen TMNT things. Manhole Missile, very strong as well. I'm going to take the fun cards. It's our first draft of it. Feather-brained Filcher. Yeah, I would love to take a second Leonardo, but he is legendary. And so instead, I'll take a very contented Feather-brained Filcher. 6-pick Anchovy and Banana creature. Anchovy and Banana Pizza. It was obnoxious to say. When it enters, destroy a creature. Very strong. Sorcery speed, but very strong. But I'm going to take the 1-drop flyer here. Sticking with our plan of being white-red, I'll just take a Rock Soldiers. It's fine. Rock Steady's definitely better. I think it's the best card here. maybe Vipera. Mesia is better. Warthog's not bad either. He doesn't give himself Menace, but he gives Rhino's Menace, which goes with Rocksteady. They make it so that basically both of them can't be blocked by at all if you have both in play at the same time. We got Buzzbots on the wheel. Oh no, this is the 8th pack. Red, white, blue is the 3-color deck you can do if you were gonna do a 3-color deck. Goes great with like the artifacts. I'm gonna take it here. It's a lot better than the Planescycler, and I'm passing up on a dual land that kind of goes with it, but I'm gonna take a Buzzbots here as a pretty clear signal blue might be open. Retro Mutation Wheeling is a huge signal blue was open because our pack was bad. I don't like hard one GT. I think it's pretty slow. Old Hob wheeled? What the heck? Yeah, I mean, I will take Old Hob. 5 mana 4/4 at the beginning of combat, make a 2/2 with haste that sacrifices itself. And then for a 1 and a white, you give a token Indestructible, which you are already going to sacrifice it, so pretty rare. Oh, destroy it at the beginning of the next end step. So you actually get to keep it. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see Raphael in this first pack around because it had the Mythic. But Raphael is the cornerstone of the Red-White Alliance deck, and I'm really contented to take it here. Null group assets or the Planescycler that makes 2 people. Null group assets are good. Has first strike on your turn. Whenever it attacks, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. I'm going to take it here. Mutant Town. Just a trampler. We like trample. Land that I can't play. Oh my gosh, this card's such a bomb. 8 mana, flash, 9/6. When it enters, destroy 3 creatures. Leatherhead is also such a bomb. Oh man. I'm taking what? Ray Fillet. 4 mana, 3/3, make a mutagen. Remove a counter, draw a card. I mean, these cards are so much better than what I'm doing. And I'm 3 colors, but we opened bomb rares in the 2 colors we're not. Nobody's fine. When it enters, return up to 1 target artifact to its hand return up to 1 target artifact to your hand, scry 1. I mean, look at this pack. Our 1 red card is nobody, and our 1 white card is the Avatar. The Avatar is decent, but I think I'd rather just take a Buzzbots over Ray Fillet even. Buzzbots are really good. Here we go. Ralph and Leo, sibling rivals. When they attack, if it's the first combat, untap 1 or 2 attacking creatures and have a second combat. Weathermaker's cute, not really for us, but this card is nuts. And once again, blue is maybe a splash, we're not really sure yet. 2 mana 2/1, whenever another creature you control enters, choose one that has been chosen this turn. 1/1 counter, food, scry. Crazy. I mean, this card's pretty nuts. I'm giving up a Manhole Missile to take it. I think that's worth it. We need aggressive creatures that care about Alliance, which is why Buzzbots is so nice. So if we take out the Stomp by the Foot because we're not playing it, we'll have to do an artifact count with Technodrome, but it's looking... I mean, it's great with Lita. Lita makes a food. We sack the food, draw a card to put a counter. Ooh, this is the red-blue signpost, or one of them. When it enters, make a 1/1. At the beginning of combat, an artifact creature gets +3/+0 first strike and vigilance until end of turn. So if you already have a creature artifact in play, pretty crazy. But I think here we take the Manhole Missile, and I think we're moving out of blue. Actually, I think, I would like to just play 2 colors. That's what it's intended to be, so I'm going to try and be what the set intended. I mean, this is a pretty solid red-white deck already. 12 cards in. 2 picks, or 4 picks into pack 2. I'd say our lane feels pretty open. A lot more 1s and 2s is what I'm looking for. This is the pacifism. Our removal right now is Manhole Missile, Spicy Oatmeal Pizza, and technically Rock Soldiers. Yeah, I think a pacifism's going to go a long way here. All right. I don't like Turtle Lair. EPF point squad is pretty good. Kind of just want to take a 2-drop, though. It's a good 2-drop when it enters Scry 2, and then it can't really be blocked by big things, and then you use that to ninjutsu. Or not ninjutsu, sneak. Unfortunately, though, this is yet another legendary creature. So, like, we're already getting to a point where it's like, legendary creature, legendary creature, legendary creature, legendary creature. Obviously, this is a rare, but legendary. Legendary, legendary. So, we're getting to a point where it's hard to take even the uncommons and uncommons in our colors because we have so many legendaries that we would be then taking multiple legendaries of the same thing. I'm going to take Action News Crew. I think it's slightly better than Purple Dragon Punks when we don't have that many artifacts in our top end. When you have more artifacts, I think the Purple Dragon Punks is better. It's a mana dork, but only for artifact things. Of course, we immediately get offered Mouser Attack and Spicy Oatmeal Pizza. This might need to be a Mouser Attack, actually. I think Oatmeal Pizza is better in a vacuum, but being able to double trigger Alliance when we have all these creatures that care about it seems much better. And this card is nuts. And also, even if you're not doing that, 3+3/+0 on first strike is often essentially a removal spell, right? It's essentially tap a creature and remove it from combat and deal its damage +3 to a creature. Flying Vigilance, Omni Cheese. When it enters, draw a card. Yeah, it's a little slow. I think I'd rather just take a 4-drop in the air. I'm going to put my curve back, but you can see, like here, I'm going to take a second Raphael, absolutely. This card's absurd. Just makes all of your creatures save. They enter with a damage. Dimension X now seems pretty nice as a free pickup. We got the Plane Cycler at the end here. I'm just going to take the non-legendary one. I don't know. Okay, what we got? Kitsune Dragon's Daughter. When it enters or deals combat damage to a player, exchange to control of 2 other target creatures controlled by different players. This is an absurd card when you have tokens and your opponent is just playing the game normally, and then you go, here's a 1/1, and then you take their best thing. But I think here we just take the removal spell. I'm tempted to just take Zog over the removal spell. Zog is so good. 5 mana, 5/4 reach, trample. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Honestly, I'm just taking Zog. This card is just ridiculously pushed. It's like the most pushed common Mountain Cycler I've ever seen. Of course, we immediately get a second one, but I think I'm fine with that. And it's mainly because I have 2 more frickin' legendaries I already have. So I don't really want to play them when I could just play Zog. And Zog has to be removed. Go Ninja Go. Yep, that's the card for me. Choose 1 or both at sorcery speed. Exile a creature you control, return to the battlefield. And deal damage equal to the greatest number or power among creatures you control to target opponent's creature. Important, these go in order. So if the creature you choose has your highest power, your new highest power... Oh, wait, never mind. It's immediately it comes back. Gosh, this card is so absurd. Okay. Ooh, Raphael's Technique. Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. No thanks, it's pretty bad. I'm going to take another Mouser Attack. Koya's best if you can pay the black. Otherwise, it's a 3-mana 2/1 blink something, which can be good because blinking a creature that your opponent controls as a token just doesn't come back. And obviously, you only choose your things that care about entering. But it comes back at the beginning of the next end step. So you can't get like the immediate blink value versus Mouser Attack is just always going to be good. Mechanized Cavalry, another Mouser Attack. I'm going to take a Cavalry for the 2/1/1s instead of the instant speed 1/1. As much as I like the instant speed 1/1, I think just more board presence good. Double trigger our Alliance things. So assuming you play this on turn 3, I'm looking at these 2 3-drops that care about things entering. Assuming you play both on turn 3 and then follow up by playing a thing. This will be a 3-2. This will be a 3-4 trample. Assuming the next turn you play something, 3-4 trample again, 4-3. So I would still say the 3-4 trample is better even at that point. Old Hob number 2, Leonardo number 2. No thanks, I'll take another removal spell here. And now we're going to have to start making cuts when we get down to it. I don't think I can play 3 Raphaels. That's why this card's so pushed. It just can't really afford to play another one. I'll take the Action News Crew. I'm cutting something somewhere here, but we'll figure that out when we get to the deck building. But for now, we're just going to keep taking high quality cards. Rock Soldiers is going to get cut. At least one of these null groups. Still have even more cuts to make. Look at all these 2-drops. It's absurd. Mouser, make an instant speed 1/1. Surprise extra damage. Surprise extra damage. Honestly, it might be both the null groups over the Mutant Town Musicians. And for Filcher, in terms of things that I actually care about getting through, I'll take Leonardo here. I think I would play 2 of that. I'll take my red-white card. I'll take my red card. Just sticking with the colors that I'm supposed to be playing. I don't think I'm playing 3 Mutant Town Musicians. And the island I'm not playing. Alright. Alright. Pretty aggressive deck. For sure. I like that we have no more than 2 of our legendaries. That's usually the number I'm comfortable with playing. We need to cut 2 cards. One of them's absolutely a land. And if it's going to be a land, it's a mountain. Because we have 2 extra ways to go get a mountain. We have a lot of things that each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Interesting. Need one more cut. I'm not really sure exactly what it should be. These uneasy alliances are so good. Just removing something of any size permanently is quite nice. April's good. It could be an Action News Crew. I'll cut 1 Action News Crew. Alright, we're red-white beat down. Pretty straightforward. Didn't get nearly as many rares as we could have. We have a mythic in our sideboard we weren't really able to build around. But this looks like a lot of fun, so we're going to jump right in and see how we do. Oh, and if you're a big fan of Draft of all forms, make sure you're subscribed before we get anywhere. Alright. Well, this is an unkeepable hand. Our deck that's all 1s and 2-drops has 4 of its... Well, actually, it's 2s and 3s. Has 1, 3, and a bunch of garbage. Yeah, this is way more keepable. I'll put back the Eastwind Avatar. And we're going to go straight for Raphael. Absolutely my turn 2 play. Buzzbots seems pretty good on the play. Raphael is in. That is a lot of animation for a common. Sneak? No sneak. Okay. Holding up mana. There are counterspells in this format, for sure. I think, to be mana efficient, I'm just going to slam my 3-drop with the plan next turn of Mountain Cycling playing a 2-drop. And I will not be attacking into what is very likely a flash response something. They just passed. That's really interesting. The 6 mana, or the 4 mana deal 6 sorcery answers Raphael quite well. Okay. We're doing nothing, huh? Hot nothing? I want to potentially Leonardo. I do not like attacking into this with no mana available. I have no way to protect Ralph and Leo. I feel like what's going to happen is I'm going to attack with both. They're going to block with Buzzbots. They're going to deal 3 to Ralph and Leo. So what I want to do is I want to attack first. And we'll attack with both. I'll untap both. And see what they want to do. I'm going to do this with my mana open. Go to damage. Re-attack. Wow. Okay, this worked out great. And then I'll Mountain Cycle and play April O'Neil. Not really sure what the move is here. It could just be the 3 mana draw 2 at instant speed that you can sneak for 1. Deal an extra damage. Scry 2. Land into 5-drop seems great. See how they want to play this here. See what they want to do. General Trag. You may sacrifice an artifact, deal 4 damage to target creature. Yep, that's a pretty good one. April O'Neil doesn't get blocked by it, though. So what we can do here is play Action News Crew. Get a damage for free. Next, attack with April. Go to blocks, no blocks, sneak. Get another Alliance trigger and hit for 3 instead of 2. So really we're hitting for 4. And then next turn we play Trog and make this not be able to block. And we're at 19, so I'm feeling pretty comfy. White. Oh, they're doing the Jeskai Alliance artifact Triome Shard thing. See how they want to play it. Baxter. Yeah, +3/+0. First strike and vigilance on Trag is not a small amount of damage. I'm not blocking that. But they're running out of time here quite quickly. So Old Hob is 2 damage just straight up off of Alliance. But what I actually like better is just playing Zog, making done. I can make the 1/1 not be able to block. I feel like that's the move, and then they either have to sacrifice Baxter or General Trag to Leonardo. Deal. And they're at 6, and Raphael is quickly becoming just a win condition all on his own. Oh, come on. Switch 2 creatures. Yep, that's a bomb rare, alright. Okay, but now they don't have an artifact. Spicy oatmeal pizza. Deal 4 to any target. What is this? Enters or deals combat damage. Interesting. Well, I could play Old Hob here. I can play Spicy Oatmeal Pizza and just blow up my own Zog. But then I also get to play April. Yeah, I like that better. We'll play April here, see what's up. Get a damage in. Mouser attack seems decent. Oh, this is any target? Oh. Okay. So we just send this face? This is only when another creature enters? Yeah, we just send this face. And then no attacks. They have to kill Raphael. But also, numbers game. Mouser Foundry, make a 1/1. So they can give me the 1/1. Oh. Make another 1/1, kill Raphael. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that has vigilance. Okay, I think I might have misplayed here. Letting them know that I needed... I mean, I can just double block like this. I could also just take the damage and they give me a Mouser. I could just do this. Ugh, knowing I have Mouser attack is actually really bad. Okay, I think I threw this one. Kitsune is just absurd, but... You have 3 damage to any target, yep. There's no point in not attacking with this. Yeah, they get me here. Kitsune just is an absurdly dumb card. Okay, good to know. I got a 1/1 and they got my best creature. By a mile. When he enters, draw a card, discard a card. Sure. Yeah, I think we lose. Alright. It was a good try. I didn't realize... Yeah, I don't even know if it's not realizing. I think I needed to not play the spicy oatmeal pizza. I think I just need to play Zog, get my 2 damage, and then play the pizza the next turn. I didn't realize the pizza could go face. That is insane. 3 mana, deal 4 face is so powerful. Alright, fresh game. Fresh hand. I like this hand. Manhole Missile. Cycle away something I don't want. Like Old Hob, probably. Or just Mouser attack and make a 1/1. Mono white? Question mark? Alright, well that's very manhole missile-able, to say the least. I actually want my lands. Mouser attack's not looking too crazy here. I'll just put it away. I think I'm just gonna play... Yeah, I think I play April and Scry a little bit. I don't want more lands, so... 2 1/1s is pretty great. So we can... bounce Leonardo off of... Okay. It's +1/+1, and whenever this creature deals combat damage, untap it and you gain 2 life. When a ninja enters, it auto-equips. The ability of a ninja creature you control triggers. It triggers twice. Oof. That is quite the card. Well, April can't be blocked now, so I will get in for my free attack. Play Leonardo, and then replay April for the Scry. So I actually reduced my damage by 1 here. I'm kind of okay with it, because then I get my Scries again. Raphael? These are actually both great. Next turn we play Old Hob. They are going to be gaining 4 life a turn off of Splinter. Adds up pretty quickly. But he can only make himself unblockable with blue. No blocks. Okay, we are getting ninja'd. Whoa, the big ninja. It's a 6/6 that untaps itself. Yuck. Okay. Still no way to do scary things. So I'm actually just going to go all in on getting wide here. And Leonardo is now a just huge creature. April hits for free. Do I even want to? Not really. I want to be able to block. Alright, if they do have blue in their deck, this is going to get problematic really fast. Because Splinter can just block everything. Yeah, I'll offer a trade. See how they want to do this. I have plenty of gas following this all up, so I'm just going to keep playing gas. And if they have to use their turn here to deal with the board, spend like 5 mana to exile Leonardo, essentially killing a 1-1 when they were going to exile Leonardo anyway. Hey, look. Or destroy. It's almost like it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. They gain 4 life. They immediately take 2 more damage. And I will just chump block with the 1-1 next turn, so I'll get in for my 2 for free. They're gaining a lot of life off this Foot Ninjas situation, but... Oh. Move it to Splinter? Then Foot Ninjas doesn't untap. Move it to Leonardo. That'd be really funny. We're just moving the quintessential katana all over the place. I'm absolutely double blocking since they're tapped out here if that's what they want to do. But it not being on Splinter means April doesn't get to get a free attack in. That's kind of fine. We'll play Old Hob. Make our tapped and attacking 2-2. It sacrifices the end of combat anyway. But with a single white, I could be holding something up that's sneaky. When this creature deals combat damage. Oh. Just any combat damage. But 1/1 counter on each creature, draw a card. Okay. The life gain on that's wild. Still can't make things unblockable. If they find a blue source, we basically just die. So that's problematic. If they attack with the 6/6, I can block with a 3/3 and 2 2/2s. No attacks, huh? Alright, well... I can play Zog. Make it so their thing that gains them life doesn't have the ability to block this turn. Make a 2/2. Attack with it. Give it indestructible. So now this 2/2's permanent. Also, from here on out, we can spend 2 mana to make our 2/2's permanent at the cost of them gaining 4 life. Eastwind Avatar. Alright, it's eventually problematic. Oh, I have a Reacher. Never mind. Zog is crazy. So every turn we're dealing a damage with Raphael. Yeah. 7? Why is it 7? I mean, I'm going to take a ninja off the board for sure here. It's absolutely worth it to me. I'm not going to lose Old Hob or anything else to do that. It has equipped 2, I assume, because they all do. Alright. Mouser attack. Target creature gets +3/+0. Sign me up. Once again, I can gain them 4 life. But then I get to keep my 2/2 permanently. I think these are exchanges I accept. Playing a pretty long game here. And now Mouser attack we get to hold up. Alright. We're getting to a point where this is actually going to work out pretty well for us. If they ever find a removal spell for Zog, it's a problem. But Old Hob makes a 2/2 every turn. Raphael deals a damage to them off of it. And then we get to keep 2/2. Pass. Nothing, huh? My turn. Alright. Hey, my own East Wind avatar. It's pretty nice. Still gonna do the things that we've been doing. Swing with the 2/2. If it says target attacking creature token, that's why we have to attack. They get their free 4 life. They just get to have a lot of life. But eventually our board will be better. Eastwind Avatar. And then see what they want to do. They have something here. Could be a lot of things, but none that I'm all too concerned about. Also, Eastwind Avatar can't be blocked by anything but theirs, so eventually this is a problem for them too. Grounded for life. Destroy target creature. Alright, they took my reach creature. A 1/1 counter. Create a food. Scry 1. Okay. And they chose Scry 1 and kept it on top. Oh no, this doesn't trigger. It's only other creatures. Yep. Eastwind Avatar. Swing for 4 with Vigilance. No blocks. Gain 2 life. Move it back. Sure. Ooh, Ralph and Leo. Sign me up. Next, make a 2/2. I also have Vigilance. But what they don't know is I have an answer next turn for when the Eastwind Avatar attacks. End turn. Don't destroy it. So they're going to do the same play. They'll play something. Get a trigger for Eastwind. Move the Katana over. Filter. Sure. Create a food. Scry 1. I assume it's Scry 1. Oh, it's a ninja, so you get to do both? Nice. Alright, Lita will eventually be annoying. I assume we scry all lands to the bottom at this point. We kept that on top. Uh-huh. Pass. Pass the blocks. I get a block here. +3/+0 and first strike. They do still... Oh, they don't gain 2 life this time. Very nice. Okay, land is not ideal. These make tokens indestructible. So we can actually swing with a bunch of tokens this turn. Which is pretty fun. So we attack like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers, assuming everything. So I'm going to attack with 4 tokens on the ground. And now we start chipping down the health. Yep, I can make both of those indestructible. And we get in for an extra 4. They gain 4, and then they take 3. But with all of my mana, we'll eventually be able to just keep attacking with more and more. Oh, target ninja or turtle can't be blocked this turn. Okay. Concerning. Really would love to find a removal spell at some point here. Lita can't be blocked. Sure. We're gonna die pretty quickly. Oh, this has just been a really long board stall. Move it back. Oh, come on. Another land. Doesn't that mean we just die to Leonardo now? Next. Eastwood Alliance. Yeah, we just are dead on board to Leonardo unless we force them to get something off the board. Leaving back these two. I untap Eastwind Avatar and one of the tokens that will be indestructible because they're always blocking Hob. And then we have nothing better to use the mana on. So we give everything indestructible that we can. Yeah, this gosh dang katana just absolutely housed us. They gained so much life off of it. They just don't block here, and Leonardo's just lethal. Okay. Really annoying. Whatever. Alright, we're 0-2. Not had fun. We've gotten housed single-handedly by 2 bombs. We're missing a color here, but we have our 2-drop, 3-drop, and a removal spell. Yep, we'll draw a white card. Black-white ninjas. Splinter, sure. We'll play our signpost. Menace, other ninjas you control get +1/+1. Yep, they get a ninjutsu here. Oh, just a free 1. Take your 1, take your 1. We'll play Mutant Town Musicians here. Pretty contentedly. Get our 1. No attacks. Leonardo won't be blockable this coming turn, assuming they play any creature. But then we will have the ability to remove it with spicy oatmeal pizza. Yeah, making a turtle unblockable is pretty ridiculous in this set. Ninja or turtle. Oh goodness, this card's disgusting. Okay, well that has to die, or we just lose. White source is the dream. Because now we do this. Yep. And then go ninja go. Do both. Exile this creature, deal damage equal to the greatest power to this creature. Get 2 more Alliance triggers. Ding ding. Swing with a 6/4. Yeesh. That's what I'm talking about. I can just chump block with 1/1s right now if I need to. Somehow they make Leonardo huge. They're spending their turn giving him unblockable. I don't care. This is what our deck's built to do. See how they want to do it. Oh, they have their signpost uncommon. +3/+3, -3/-3. Pretty ridiculous. I think no blocks from me here when they're at 9 and I have a spicy oatmeal pizza in hand. And a Leonardo. I swing with the team. I sneak Leonardo off of the Ninja Cavalry. Trigger musicians. They're just dead. That's not even with the 4 damage from spicy oatmeal pizza. The burst is crazy. Surprise burn damage. Yeah, the season reset just happened, so we didn't play too much ECL. We switched to Arena Cube mostly for February. Alright. I have Go Ninja Go. I'm on the play. I think I actually keep this hand. It's a little slower, but it's got all our best cards in it. And any 2-drop is gas. Literally anything. Nope. Land's actually not bad either, though, so I can't complain. We can meatball pizza, whatever the heck they play here. I genuinely think the right play is to play pizza on this 1-1. They played double green. It's incredibly likely they kept this hand greedily. And we would be using this on the 4-drop they play anyway. Yeah, they didn't keep a hand they should have kept. And now they're getting pretty punished for it. When it leaves the battlefield, I'm just going to play Leonardo. I want to be able to attack with him next turn with Old Hob as well. But we may get a free win here off of an incorrect keep from our opponent. Make a 2/2, swing. They could have the combat trick that gives a creature a 1/1 counter, and then like every keyword in existence ever printed. If so, I accept. Mona Lisa. I think we're gonna kill that. Would be my best guess. I can play this, but Alliance triggers don't really change anything for me here. Like, there's no point in exiling a creature I control and returning it to the battlefield. So I will just deal damage to Mona Lisa equal to 4. Make a 2/2, swing for 10. 2/2's dying anyway, so they should not block that. They should chump block one of the 4s. And even if they draw their second color here, I assume they're out of it. I'm going to guess it's blue, based off of the deck they have. Frog Butler, Mona Lisa. I guarantee you they kept this hand because they had Frog Butler, Mona Lisa, Double Forest, right? Like, it feels like it should be keepable. We're going to play Wingnut. We're going to play Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. Trigger all of my Alliance. We're going to give you Haste and Menace. And then it pumps the board. It's just, yeah. Alright, 2-2. Definitely stole a game there. Smart plays, keeping an eye out for potential greedy keeps, kind of snagging away victories. If they had kept the Frog Butler, curved out into Mona Lisa, and then we tried to kill Mona Lisa, they still are probably fine. Playing Leonardo the following turn and continuing to put creatures on the board so we can't put that much pressure. Killing the Frog Butler and taking them off basically anything for 2 turns wins the game pretty confidently for us. Alright. Action News Crew with a Raphael. Yeah, it seems pretty good. We even have a Tog or a Zog to cycle on a future turn. I'm going to start off on Raphael like we always do. And then we'll play Mutant Town Musicians. And hopefully we draw a second white source. And then we can play Uneasy Alliance and Action News Crew. Oh, they have an answer. I respect it. Double red. Do you have an answer for a 2/4 though? A little harder to kill. It's 5 mana, sacrifice it, make a 1/1. Yeah, Plains would be ideal here, because then we can go Action News Crew plus Uneasy Alliance. Oh, I just really don't care about that, actually. Eventually we will Uneasy Alliance that, but currently it can't block and I don't care. And we have double creature on board that basically says when a creature enters, it gets +1/+0. One with flying and vigilance, and one with trample. Big fan of this card. This card's grown on me already. Donatello. When it deals combat damage to a player, create a token of copy as a copy of target artifact. Huh. That seems like it will be problematic. But at the moment, with the current board, I'm just going to play creature. And we're going to get him for some serious damage pretty quickly here. Between Raphael and all of our alliances. They can double block the trade, but they go down to 8 here. If they have to invest something to make it so Donatello can attack, I assume that means they also won't be able to play an artifact I care about. Okay, that does make the point squad pretty big. Mouser Foundry. Sacrifice it for 5 to deal 3 and make a 1/1. Yeah. Deal 6. I'm just going to take 6 here, obviously. They're basically dead on board. That is not a good draw. Option 1, we play it. We just swing with the team. 3 damage to target creature. Raphael is dying. The other option, we can play, Mountain Cycle Zog and then play it. I don't know why I would do that when Zog is just so efficient next turn. No, I think we just play the Musicians. Ping, ping, ping. And then swing. I can make him take 2 1/1s off the board. Is that better than leaving back an additional blocker? Choices. Taking 2 1/1s off the board is better for Zog, because I can make one thing not be able to block. And it makes their blocks on Musicians really awkward. They're basically locked into using the Mouser Foundry next turn to kill Raphael. I actually quite like this. Because otherwise they just die to Raphael. 2 1/1s. Yep. And these are trample even if I haven't triggered Alliance. So they definitely can't attack with the 6/5. And if I just make the 6/5 not be able to block, then what? Yeah, they have to kill Raphael. Or they lose. Also, they have to kill the Eastwind Avatar or they lose. Okay. I mean, I'm taking 7, buddy. Sure. That's a wrap. 3 wins. Wow, these games have been so polarizing. I like my deck, though. I like what we're doing. We've lost to 2 pretty bomby bombs in Master Splinter and what's her name? The double blue rare that switches a creature. They need to change this character, by the way. This character-like art thing. Because it blocks your hand quite a bit. This is a mulligan on the draw for sure. Or on the play for sure. 2-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. I actually think I get rid of Mouser attack here in favor of being able to just curve out. Play Lita on turn 2, force a response into green. Oh, this could be a problem for them pretty quickly. Ice Cream Kitty. Interesting. I love that for you. I'm just going to cast Leonardo. Put a counter on Lita. And start the pain train. We have removal. Sacrifice another creature or token, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. This just makes it so it can't attack or block, so not the best deck to be playing Uneasy Alliances against. I'd love to just draw like an Eastwind Avatar next turn. Yeah. If you have a trick, I don't care. I am not letting you get a free sneak. Ooh. That I may make not be able to block. And we'll play an Action News Crew. I really want to scry. But a counter's so good right now. I'm going to scry. Because if I hit a land next turn, it's terrible. That's like one of the best top decks in my deck. And we're keeping another 2/2. They can use the Ice Cream Kitty to sacrifice Fugitive Droid. But that's like their whole turn. You control an artifact, draw a card, discard a card. Okay. But deal with this. Scry and a 1/1 counter. Mouser attack. For first strike. Is that good enough? Yeah, kind of. And I'm okay with Lisa or Lita coming off the board here. If they want to trade Donatello for her. Means they either need to chump block with Ice Cream Kitty or overtaking 5. And then next turn, we just have so much gas, and a +3 attack is basically a bolt face potentially. Okay, we get to keep Lisa or Lita. We could also use this instant speed to make a 1/1 just to get a counter on this or trigger its effect. Although very likely I'm going to use it for +3/0 and first strike. For assumably lethal. Leonardo. Okay, they got blockers now. How you feel about attackers? See how they want to block. This having Death Touch on the front end is quite decent. They have essentially no great blocks. And if they block incorrectly, they die. Well, ain't that something? If I use this for first strike to kill Ice Cream Kitty. A lot of choices here. Do I want them to be left with Ice Cream Kitty and I'm left with Action News Crew, the 2/2, and one of these? I think that's the answer. And Lita is better, so I will give this the first strike. I can't kill them because they blocked correctly. But I can make this board pretty bad for them. Essentially with this attack, I dealt 2 to them, killed Leonardo, and what's it called? They lost their Frog Butler for my 3/3. As an exchange I'm pretty content with. Mutant Chain Reaction to make a mutagen and get back their droid, which can attack and not be blocked. They could have the uncommon sneak, destroy a creature. They can also use Ice Cream Kitty to now start sacking like mutagen token stuff to draw cards, but their life total is quite in question. For example, I just swing with the team. Down a droid, down another 2. I keep the land in hand. I have no 6-drops in the deck. I do have the 2-mana deal 3 that lets me put a card from the top or from my hand on the bottom. That's a good top deck. Draw 3 and put a land onto the battlefield tapped. They're digging. We're digging for burn. Either of our oatmeal pizza things kill them. But Ice Cream Kitty saves them, but the board kills them. A Ninja is pretty good as well. We have a lot of good draws. Really, lands are the only bad ones. That is not a land, and it's a Ninja. Sign me up. Because what they're going to do is they're going to go to blocks first and then sacrifice Ice Cream Kitty to live. Uh-huh. But there's a slight problem with that, which is I can switch the news crew in. I don't think I want another 1/1 counter. I think I want a Scry. Raphael's pretty great. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to keep this in hand. Because now we can play Raphael at the top. Let's say they board clear. We could play Raphael and then action news crew and they die. We could also cycle action news crew potentially. Michelangelo, the Game Master. A Frog Butler. None of those things gain life. That gains life. That's right. They're gain lands in this set. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Okay. Well, on board, they're dead. So let's see what they do. Just to damage. Okay. On board, they're dead. That means they're dead. We didn't even have to get funky with it. I had the channel put a 1/1 counter on everything. I had just playing Raphael and then playing the 1/1 or the 2/2 to deal 1 extra damage in case they had a sneaky way to gain a life. Well, we sure have turned this draft around. We're 4 wins now. Alright. Going for 5. Dimension X. Yeah, this is a pretty sick opening hand. Wait, Mechanized Ninja Cavalry into Leonardo, potentially? Sign me up. I can also Manhole Missile whatever the heck it is they play here. But I don't want anything to do with it. I can imagine they play Frog Butler here. And I Manhole Missile and then Ninjutsu. Oh, that's the same thing, basically. Land. Do I want a Manhole Missile? Maybe I just want an Uneasy Alliance. They can sacrifice this to gain 3 life at a later point. Yeah, we'll just Manhole Missile it. And I'm not going to put anything on the bottom. I'm just going to go to combat and bounce the Mechanized Ninja Cavalry back to my hand. Hit for an extra damage, but then I get to replay this for another 1/1 with Uneasy Alliance next turn. Leonardo's just huge. Okay. Just kidding. I think we just Oatmeal Pizza that immediately. That card is a problem. Yeah, you pump it up with power, with things that give it bigger power, and then it's just an immediate issue. Play Uneasy Alliance on that. We're just removing everything in their entire arsenal. Swing for 5. And then next turn, if we draw a land, we play Old Hob. If we don't, we play Ralph and Leo. They need to play another relevant creature. This is kind of the issue with like the green-blue, green-black deck, is your opponents are going to curve out earlier than you and better than you. And then if they just have single target removal over and over and over again, you're in a world of hurt. And there's a lot of single target removal in this set. This card is really good though. 4-mana, 4/4, reach, trample, enters game 2. Like, pretty crazy. Spend your whole turn blowing up my Uneasy Alliance. Transdimensional Bovine. Okay. I'm going to swing with everybody. Wow, no respect. No respect for burn. Alright, I'm just going to play Ralph and Leo. They do get 2 mana extra here, but they're already at 6 mana. Bespoked Bow. Enters, return up to 1 target non-land permanent. Give a creature +2/+1 vigilance. Sure. And when it enters, draw a card, then discard a card. Just a regular old 3/4. I think I'm okay with Leonardo dying now. It's not his job. And I'm going to play Eastwind Avatar as an evasive flyer that uses my mana the most efficiently. If we draw a land, we're in business. If we don't draw a land, but we draw one of our 2 Zogs or our Planecycler, we can do that and play a 3-drop, assuming we play Eastwind Avatar here. I guess we could have played one of the 3-drops and then played the other, but the trample doesn't really help with the 0/4. The flying does, because this is the only thing that can block it. So we can put him in a position where if we can play a card that double creatures for us, we're in business. But also, they're running into just a numbers game, right? These 1/1s are pretty wide. When it enters, you may search your library for a food and put it into your hand. Ice Cream Kitty. Okay. She taps to sacrifice to draw a card. Okay. We can do 1 to them by attacking with everything. Then I lose my presence on the board here. Not drawing a land or a land cycler here is pretty annoying. I think we just get down Ralph and Leo again. And say go. Drawing a land puts us in business. They have a lot of mana and they can use Ice Cream City or Kitty quite well. Wow, can they trigger this? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 next turn. They can sacrifice this and gain 15 life. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield, put 3 1/1 counters. If it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0. Okay, Zog is what I need to do here. So I can go get Mountain and play, I guess with their life gain situation that's happening now, I actually want to play the Orphan. Okay. Old Hob is going to help us out here, but Pizza Face plus Kitty is kind of a problem. We need to kill one of the 2. And if they draw a land, they can sacrifice Pizza Face for 15 mana, but or 10 mana for 15 life. So that really changes kind of our situation quite a bit. 2/5 sure does make it harder for me to kill that. Land, sure. This is only as a sorcery. Okay. What does land mean for us? I can sacrifice this so they have 1 less thing in hand on board for them to sacrifice to draw cards. It still triggers the Amphibian. I think that's actually the play here rather than playing Old Hob. Well, actually, Old Hob sure does put a lot of pressure on them, doesn't it? Because it makes an extra creature every combat for a little Anne. Or a little Orphan Amphibian. Okay. We'll start with the Scry. Zog is money. And then now we'll put a 1/1 counter. interesting. So if I attack with everything and then untap 2 things with Ralph and Leo, I can force a double block, but the things they block... Okay, they have 4 blockers total. And they can gain 3 life here. This is really awkward. Really need to do math here. 4 blockers takes the 4 biggest things off the board. Yeah, this isn't the turn to attack. It doesn't work. And it's because Ice Cream Kitty can sacrifice itself for 3 life. I basically lose my whole board. I lose Ralph and Leo. Okay. That plus Pizza Face makes large things, but it doesn't fix their issue that I am going very wide very quickly. Okay, sure. No blocks. But 3/1/1 counters. But Zog makes their flyer not able to block. We get 2 triggers with this again, so we'll scry and make the Bovine not block because it's their only reach. I do not want to land. Combat, make another 1/1 counter on Lita and another Alliance trigger. We can force them to sacrifice Ice Cream Kitty here just to not die. But also, this can't block, so they have 4 blockers. So I think here we can attack with everything. We untap Eastwind Avatar, and it hits for sure. And we untap Old Hob. They can block the 4 biggest things, but not Avatar. So that's 4/4/2/2. Yeah, they're just... But they sack the kitty to 9. They take 8. Yeah. Attack with everybody. Untap Eastwind Avatar and Old Hob. They have to block Old Hob the first time around now. They sack Ice Cream Kitty, gain 3 life, and then I get to re-attack with the Eastwind Avatar. Wow, that was close. That was really grossly close of a game. 5-2. That's good enough for me right now. After how we started 0-2. Oof. Huh. The legendary creatures are here. It's kind of fine. I'm going to play Raphael. I'll play April. I wouldn't be upset if Raphael got removal spelled. I'll just play the other one. Not a fan of going second, but am a fan of seeing Island Island. Alright, remove this. I care not how. Rocksteady, blue-green. I did say this was on average the weakest deck, but people usually get into this deck because it has some serious bombs. Unless enters make a mutagen. I will manhole cover that in time, but for now, I would prefer to just play April. Doop doop. Spicy oatmeal pizza, yes please. It's going to be pretty good in this matchup. No attacks. I don't have something to shuffle away right now. I'm also just really not worried about the current board. Double blue? Are we mutagen tokening one of these? Mutagen tokening the one that dies into a mutagen token. Makes a lot of sense, I guess. In that case, what do I play? I feel like I'm supposed to just really awkwardly manhole missile the 3/3 and then attack with nothing? That can't be right. I guess I manhole missile the 2/3 and then attack with April. Once again, didn't have anything to discard. It's fine. Next, play April's. And then what we'll do is next turn we just play Zog. Make the Zoo Escapees not be able to block. I can also just oatmeal pizza something if that's what I need to do. And I am not blocking. If they have a sneak, they have a sneak. Cool. Play just something that dies to oatmeal pizza. Oh, that does not die to the oatmeal pizza. Okay. She's dealt damage. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to make that not be able to block. Deal an extra damage. And swing for 3. And oatmeal pizza might be going face this game. Use Mouser attack for 3 extra damage. I mean, we have 7 damage of burst from hand. It's pretty absurd. You can make them pay a blue to draw a card off of Zoo Escapees. I'm not blocking. Wasn't blocking last turn, not blocking this turn. The reason being, if they have an answer in hand already, it's potentially a way to kill Zog with Zoo Escapees. If they need to draw into an answer off the blue to do something like that, it can't attack. I have a lot of burst damage on board, don't I? This is 3, this is 4 for a total of 7. This is actually 1, funny enough. This is super close. Having an answer to Zog is kind of a problem. I mean, I can just chump block Venus next turn with it, right? So I can go swing, swing. Deal 4 damage face. And gain and sack this to gain 3 life. Being mana efficient. They can't block April with their current board. So I'll just chump block Zog away, because he's not doing anything for me. Show me you have a way to deal 3 extra damage. Okay, you do not. Yep, you get to draw another card here. Venus is pretty crazy. But Mouser attack is threatening a lot of damage here. Escape Tunnel doesn't matter. Frog Butler, but that can block April. I'm going to sacrifice the oatmeal. And give this reach. Power 2 or less. Gosh, Neverland is so bad. You think they block Raphael? I don't know, we have to get a little desperate here. Another retro mutation. Okay. Well, I'm attacking with Raphael. I feel like this forces a block because of ninjutsu. And I play another Raphael. And they go get a basic here? Interesting. Not saving that to use it? Oh, swamp. That's terrifying. Alright, let's see what they got. We flooded out here at the end. Maybe we can steal a game through, but not really sure how. We have to block. Blocking like this and giving it +3/+0 first strike, I guess. Go to 1. And they don't get to draw a card now. What is that? When it enters or attacks, you can sack a token or land. If you do gain 3 life, gain your end step of a permanent left under your control, draw a card. Oh, that's pretty good. It does not work, but I will exile April O'Neil. I will have it deal damage to the West Wind avatar. I get back my April, and I get to scry too. But we have lost. It was a good try, but that's a wrap. Honestly, after starting 0-2, I cannot complain. I thought this was a losing draft for sure, but no, we just faced a bunch of bombs we couldn't deal with, and some of those bombs are at uncommon, I would say. This deck's really solid. It's exactly the kind of deck I expected to be really good even if you don't get the rares, which is exactly what happened. We didn't really get good rares, and as a result, we went into a deck that feels super consistent even when you don't get it. Our pack 1 pick 1 was a common removal spell we didn't even end up playing. Our pack 1 pick 2 was a super fun to build around artifact strategy that we just didn't really see the artifacts for, and we pivoted into the easiest deck to play and have a solid deck with, and ended up with 5 wins. If your goal is to draft for consistency, get that high win rate overall, and make it so you don't really lose out on those tough drafts where you go 0-3, 3-2-3, stuff like that. This is the deck that enables you to draft at that level. Ton of 2-drops, super interactive, super punishing to strategies that are too slow, and all the games we lost were to just not drawing removal on the things that needed to be removed at the right time, which is the nature of Limited. Genuinely, pretty fun draft. I do not like looking at these cards and saying these cards is a little nauseating, and also the set is going to get old really quick. We already saw a lot of repeats of the cards we played and played against, and that's going to be what this set is. If you like playing with these specific cards over and over and over again, you're going to have a blast in this set. If you're like me and you like to be able to flex out a set and do a lot of variety and play with a bunch of different cards, this set will get old really fast. That said, I'm not sure how many more TMNT drafts I'll do. Honestly, I'd really love your feedback. If you like watching TMNT, please let me know in the comments. And if you're not a big fan of watching TMNT, also let me know in the comments so that I can adjust my schedules accordingly. I post them every Sunday so you can get an idea of what I'm going to be drafting that week. And if you also want a sneak peek at that posting, you can join our Discord. We talk about draft, and we also talk about videos and things on the way. More important than any of that, though, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.